Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. I am Michelle Maisel, and this is the channel for beauty and fashion for women 40 and over, for Black owned product reviews, and for lifestyle videos. Today is Let's Chat Wednesday, and we're going to be chatting all about organizing. Today we're going to be focusing on kitchen organization, particularly a small pantry cabinet. I'm going to be sharing with you all how I'm going to be organizing my small pantry cabinet. A lot of homes in the States have a pantry closet, and most of the time on YouTube you see a lot of these pantry closets out here, and they are huge. But there are a lot of homes out there in the States that are living like me with a very small pantry organization, storage, or a very small closet, and we have to do what we can to fit all of our food into this small storage space. So living overseas is definitely not a lot of space in the kitchen. The kitchen itself is pretty small. I mean, I can do what I need to do. It's actually a bigger kitchen than a lot of kitchens that are here, but the space and storage is very minimum. I purchased this at a consignment store, and that's because I had gotten to the point where I couldn't fit my food anywhere. So I didn't have a choice but to go out and purchase a pantry cabinet, and that's what this is. So today I'm going to be sharing with you all how I'm going to take my pantry cabinet from this to this. If you want to see how I am able to accomplish that, stay tuned. So the first tip is definitely just deciding what kind of storage space that you're going to be working with. What are some realistic storage stuff that you can actually decide on and actually stick with? So for my particular organization, I already have shelves already, so it's not like I have to get any built-in shelves or anything like that. I have storage space in the doors right here as well. I have these nice little cubbies that can work well for storage space. So I'm already aware of kind of the layout of this particular cabinet, what I can and can't do with it, things that I can put up here. I can already kind of decide what's going to work and what's not going to work. This particular shelf is a lot smaller than these shelves, so I have to take that into consideration. I also have to take into consideration how much these will hold, what can be held in these particular shelves as well. So there's a lot of things to consider for your pantry. You really need to look at it and really kind of get a layout, get a feel of what kind of cabinet are you dealing with. Then that of course gives you an idea of what kind of storage that you're going to need, if you're going to even need storage, and all that good stuff. The one thing that I definitely made a mistake when I first decided I wanted to organize this cabinet the very first time is Pinterest will make you go out there and buy a whole lot of stuff that you don't need, particularly if it's not suitable for your needs. So that's what I found myself doing, is just purchasing a whole lot of bins and things that most of the time didn't work. I wasn't really using them the way I should be using them. Buying containers down here that I'm not using either. So now I have to really decide, okay, what containers do I really need? Do I really want to use a lot of containers, or can I really utilize the space that I already have? So that was a lot of stuff that I'm now kind of looking at and deciding, okay, what am I really going to use? What am I not going to use? And how can I really optimize this space to really get the most out of it that I really can? The next tip, of course, is to get rid of all the unused stuff that I don't use anymore, old stuff. When you have a cabinet this organized, there's going to be a lot of stuff back there that I probably don't use anymore, probably need to throw it away. This is probably going to be the most tedious process of this whole organization thing, is taking all of this food out, deciding what I don't want, what I need to throw away. There are some stuff in here that's probably repeats that I have purchased over and over again that I didn't realize that I had in here, because I can't see what I have and what I don't have. So now the second tip is to really just take everything out and start from scratch and go from there. So that is what we're going to do right now. I'm just going to take all this stuff out. Anything that I need to throw away, I want to throw away. All the stuff that I'm going to save, of course, I'm going to set that to the side, and then I will figure out then, once I have everything that I'm going to put back in here, how I'm going to categorize that stuff so that I can definitely make use of this great storage space. So all the stuff that I took out of that first shelf is here on the table, and I'm just going to sort through this stuff shelf by shelf, so that kind of maybe takes away or alleviates some time. So I'm just gonna go through here and see kind of what I have. A lot of this stuff is definitely old, and yeah, it's going to be thrown away. Once everything was out of the cabinet, then it is time to clean and wipe everything down, making sure that I clean all of the bins and all of the shelves before I put everything back in the cabinet. I'm finally done with organizing my small pantry cabinet, and I did not record me putting everything back in because my battery was running low, my light was running low, and I just didn't really have any way of showing you all me putting it back in there. So I'm just going to show you all what it looks like now that I have organized everything. And all right, so here is the finished pantry cabinet, and I'm going to just show you all up close of everything that I've done, how I organized it, and all that good stuff. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at my now organized pantry. And this is organized according to me because it definitely looks better than what it did look at the very beginning. The shelves are pretty much the same, so I'm just going to go through and share with you all the shelves. The top shelf, what I ended up doing was just making it just boxes, and this is a lot easier for me to see what I have. After I cleaned out my pantry, I noticed that I have quite a bit of popcorn, and I can clearly see now how much popcorn that I have, so I definitely will not need that at the next grocery store shopping. And then on top I have my cereal and flour, and this was actually at the bottom of my pantry because I didn't think it could fit up on top, but it does fit up there. I'm actually using the containers the way they're supposed to be used, and so now I can see when the cereal is getting low, when it needs to be replaced, and the flour. I had the flour also on the bottom shelf, which wasn't a good place for it because sometimes I would forget to see if I had any flour. So now that it's up here on top, I can clearly see when I need to replace it. On the second shelf, I have all of my sort of circular type of foods, and again, when I was cleaning it out, I noticed that I had 2 boxes of grits, 2 boxes of oatmeal, and so I definitely don't need that for the next grocery shopping trip. I've got my cornmeal, the whey protein, and some other stuff. And then right here on the end, I have the cans that are not able to fit in the door area, and I've got some back here in the back that I don't really use that often, so it's okay for it to be behind all this other stuff. And yeah, it just fits right nicely in this little corner. Down here on the third shelf is where I have all my bins. I try to keep all of the bins the same color here on this shelf. I did not use one bin, so I do have one bin that is left over. And so in this bin, I have all of my son's snacks and things that he uses and eats on a regular basis, so that he can just have his own little bin. So he has his beef jerky in there, he's got his hot chocolate, he has his Welch's snacks, and any other snack that he wants to put in here, he can. Right now it's pretty full, so he's not gonna be able to put too much, but this is pretty much all he eats on a regular basis anyway, so that's fine. And then in this particular container, like I showed earlier, I have all of my packets in here. I put my fish fry stuff in there because that's also a packet. I put some spices stuff in there, so that is that bin. This bin right here is for my husband's snacks so that he can see exactly what his snacks are. Right now he is eating Ritz crackers, so I have all his Ritz crackers in one little bin so he can easily find them, because it does frustrate him when he can't find his snacks. But now he can easily find his snacks as well for my son as well. And then I have a bin here for grits and oatmeal, so this is all packaged stuff that I have in here. And yeah, and then in this bin I have muffins. We eat a lot of muffins in this home, so I have a bin for just our little muffins. And then on the side, I didn't really know where to place this. It didn't really have a place, so this is just kind of on the side. This is some granola clusters that I put in my yogurt, so that's that. So that is that shelf. And then down here at the bottom, I just have some other stuff going on. I'm going to try to get down on the floor. Hopefully I can get back up. On this shelf, I have all my pastas. I like to keep my pastas together because that allows me to know what I need to buy. So all the pastas are in one place. I like that I moved it down here because it was on the second shelf and it was really in the way. So with it having its own little shelf, that just housed it really well. And then this shelf, I have all the chips and crackers in this particular shelf. We don't eat a lot of chips, so this is the great place for it. This was down here anyway. I just moved it to this side because it was on this one. This one, I have a bin. This bin I showed you all earlier that has all of the baking stuff, chocolates, jello, and things for baking. And then over here, I showed you all, this has all my peanuts and pecans. I got my cranberries in there too for my salad. So this is sort of like the salad bin, I guess, or pecans. And on the side, I have the syrup on the side. And then down here at the bottom is where I put stuff that I don't use a lot, but it still needs to have a place. And so I realized that a lot of this stuff I had on the second and third shelf, and they were pretty much in the way because I don't use them a lot. So these are the bottom shelf items. So over here I have some tea over here that I haven't really used, but I didn't want to throw it away. In the back, I've got some Pepperidge Farm stuffing mix that I can use for Thanksgiving. Hopefully I will remember it's back there. I think I will. And then in this bin I showed you already, it's just miscellaneous things in there. Then down here I have the cones. My son loves ice cream. I put these down here because it would be out of the way for him so that he can actually put it back where it goes. I've got the sugar down here, and I've got some ramen noodles down here in this pack down here for the ramen noodles and stuff. So this is just like miscellaneous items in this little cupboard. And then here houses all of my daughter's juice. My daughter is in college right now, and for some reason she kept buying juice, and this whole container is full of her juice so that when she gets back she can easily find it and know that we don't need to buy her anymore. And then this is actually full of chia seeds, almond flour, that type of stuff, coconut flakes and things like that. And I can actually see that I have too many, so I might have to, I didn't want to throw them away, but I might have to see if there's any that have expired that I can get rid of. Like this one is 2020, so I might can go ahead and throw that one away, so that can make room for a new one. So I think I'll get rid of that one actually. And then this over here is just extra. This is some maize that my daughter had bought when she was trying to make something for some tacos, and I got some honey back there in the back that I don't use but every so often. So yeah, with these things being at the bottom, they're out of my way and they're not in the way of food that we use on a regular basis. So yeah, this is my cupboard. my now organized pantry, and my cans are still in the same place. They are working great there, so I did not move them at all. Really just needed to work on this middle section. All right, so when you're organizing your pantry, it's very important that you just keep in mind who you are, your family's needs, and organize it that way. And it's going to be a lot easier for you to then keep it organized. That's it for my small pantry cabinet organization for Let's Chat Wednesday. I am Michelle Maisel. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.